putting out content about the thing that you love is going to bring you so many opportunities you just don't even know. Hey guys, Aimon here, and this is where I help you master your creative mindset. And today I want to talk a little bit about content theory. It's a bit of a theory that I kind of came up with, or at least as far as I know. So I've been putting out content since, for like 10 years now. And, it's been a mission to figure out exactly what content I want to create. But really in the last, it's magpie season, by the way. And so it's pretty stressful shooting out here because you can probably hear them. They're sweepy boys, I'll tell you. And they don't like people hanging out in their home. So yeah, in the last 5 years, I've really been putting out more content about the stuff that is really important to me. And it's almost like this sort of manifesting magic. And I want to stay far away from woo-woo stuff because I'm a real logical person, But I truly believe that putting out content, about the thing that you love, or even something that you're interested in, that you don't actually know what the next step is, that is going to bring you to where you want to go. It's going to help you achieve your dream life, or at least your next step, And the best part is, even if you don't know what kind of content you want to put out, if you just start making content and putting it out there, ideally video content, but if you're a writer, writing content, if you're a photographer, photo content, unfortunately, algorithms don't favor photos as much right now. But that's why I'm on the side of video. I've had a podcast, had a YouTube channel for 10 years, been creating music for almost 8 years now. And basically through Instagram and through YouTube, I've been refining the kind of content that I put out. And, you're presenting a type of person that you are to the world. We all know this, right? That's how a lot of Instagram is fake, because people are putting out, perception of themselves that isn't actually who they are, or it's a glorified version of who they are, And this is kind of a version of that. But I believe you can do it in a genuine way, And so just as an example, me putting out content and trying different forms of content and refining the type of content that I want to actually put out in video has brought me so many opportunities. It's insane. I mean, firstly, I'll start with the podcast. My friend Dan and I have, over 90 episodes now of the MetaMinds podcast. We talk about a bit more self-development-y stuff than here, not so much on the creative side. And we dive into this there as well. You can check it out. But the opportunities that have come from that are insane. The amount of people that have reached out to us, the amount of people that we've connected with, the amount of people that have been on the podcast is just crazy. We never would have had most of those opportunities if we didn't start this thing 2 years ago. We were just sitting on some couches being like, I think there's value here. Why don't we shoot it and record it and put it out as a podcast? And the amount that we developed in that period of time is just insane. My filmmaking skills, my audio skills, my presentation skills, being on a camera. And, even if nobody ever watches an episode ever, those things alone, getting better from just the simple act of creating, like we're already having conversations, We just added that extra bit where we were filming it, and then we're making little micro content pieces to put out on social media. We honed our social media skills, And the other thing is the number of jobs, both in my business and, in my career, all within the filmmaking space that I've had in between then and now, that pretty much everyone has seen me on a podcast. And a podcast might not be exactly what you want to do. And that's okay. You can make content about whatever you want, right? But pretty much everybody has seen me in that space. And even though I don't think that I'm this crazy authority or whatever, their perception of me has increased simply because I'm doing something. I'm creating something out of nothing, you know? And also, the amount of people that have actually reached out to us and gone, hey man, this episode has changed my life. You know, some really touching things that people have reached out and said that what we have done has changed their life or the way they live or their perception on their reality. Like, that's insane in itself, you know? But I'm strictly talking about benefits for yourself. I mean, that is a benefit there. But yeah, all of these people that I've worked with in a professional sense have seen me on this podcast, and their perception of me has increased, which means I can charge more for my jobs, or, you know, there's more benefits included in whatever professional environment that I'm in, or just generally, they make the decision to work with me because they get a vibe for who I am because I'm presenting that on camera, you know? And you don't often get to know somebody before you get to know somebody. And so that's the podcast, right? That's just one thing. The other thing is YouTube. You know, the benefits that I've had from this, even though I don't have a huge channel, right? The amount that I've developed as a person. I look back on videos of myself a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, and all the videos from 2 years plus ago, hundreds of them that are all just unlisted, unless you're cheeky and you know how to find them. There's a couple of you out there. You know, the amount that I've developed as a person, just by presenting my theories and my thoughts and my experiences on camera in an attempt to, you know, teach, maybe provide value to other people where I found value. It's just insane that, you know, I look back on myself a year ago, and obviously this isn't the only factor, but the amount that that has helped me develop just by the simple fact of recording it, creating content around it, and putting it out there, because it's kind of like solidifying your beliefs on a topic. And it allows me to have a different perspective on the content that I'm creating. And then maybe change that perspective. You know, I don't necessarily agree with all the stuff that I was saying a year ago. And that's why I make new videos on the topic, you know, for all the creators out there that are maybe stuck or, you know, maybe can find some value in it. And also it's helped me develop my filmmaking skills, my color grading skills, my editing skills to a degree. And just generally, I'm using a camera all the time when I wouldn't be otherwise. You know, and here I am out in this beautiful field. You can't see that way, but it's a real nice spot. I'm just chilling here, having a chat with you guys. And I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't making content necessarily. And so to zoom out, what I'm saying is all these different forms of me making content when I don't have to has presented me with insane opportunities in my life. And again, you might not be into filmmaking, but you're probably an artist of some kind, right? You're into some sort of art. And there's infinite ways that you can make content about what you love to bring yourself opportunities in that thing, you know? TikTok is a great example, and I hate TikTok. I don't want to talk about it any more than you do, okay? But just people getting creative and making tiny videos about what they love, like music producers or something. You know, I'll make a beat and this is how I do it in 10 seconds and boom, boom, boom. It's a bit of fun for them. They provide value to their audience. They get to reflect on how, you know, their process, and then also maybe get some views and then maybe get some more listens on their music, you know? Or maybe a label sees what they're doing and then they reach out to them and go, I love what you're doing there. Do you want to make content and then get your music on our label? Small example. But you have to get creative. You have to take that third door, as Alex Banayan says, you know? But what I'm saying is, guys, if you're not creating content, or if you are creating content, really have a think, because you can be creating more content than you think. And, you know, I'm not on the side of more is better, because I've been having this battle, you know, one of my last videos on simple living and, you know, doing less things, but it's going to make you a better person. And it's going to make you better at what you do and what you want to do. And it's going to bring you opportunities that you wouldn't necessarily have had if you don't make content. And on top of that, it's fun. This might not be your idea of fun, sitting in a field, back hurts a little bit because you're leaning back too far, magpies attacking you, okay? got up early to come do this, talking to a camera by yourself, okay? But you can find a version of this that is fun for you. I really hope what I'm saying and the way I'm saying it is resonating and getting my message across, because really that's all it boils down to, is that you can and should be making content in this digital age if you want to make something of yourself. I can vouch for it, and every friend that I've told this to and drilled into them that they need to make content, and my friends that do make content can vouch for this, that the opportunities that come up will be like no other. People will perceive you differently, and they'll think higher of you, even if you're not even confident in your sense of self yet. It will bring you that thing. You will find out who you are. Really, I can't even, just opportunities will present themselves, and you just won't even be like, how did this ever happen? And it never would have happened if you didn't create content. So that's content theory. And as I said, I've seen this affect countless of my friends' lives. And I really genuinely believe that this will help you if you make content. And yeah, if you take away the barrier, like, oh, it's hard, but I don't know, but you just pick up the thing, you just film the thing, you just do it. Like, ask yourself, how can this be easy? How can this be fun? And when you answer those two questions, you're like, oh, well, it can be easy and it can be fun. And then next minute you put out a piece of content and you feel great. And you get some feedback on that, and this loop starts. And you feel better and better and better, and you put out more content and you get better, and then opportunities come. You see what I'm saying? So guys, go out today, make some content, have some fun doing it, and then keep doing it forever, And if you don't want to do it some weeks, you don't have to do it, But watch what happens. Thanks for watching this episode of Creative Philosophy. My name's Aimon, and this is where I help you master your creative mindset. And yeah, go make some content. I'll see you in the next episode.